good evening, one and all. Good evening, friends and family. Everybody looking kind of bright this evening, is it? I don't know. Some environment look a lot brighter this evening.
Yeah,
Karin
place bright.
look like she's well. Is it your birthday, Karin?
Yeah.
What's with the
I see
balloons?
some balloons and thing in the back there, yeah.
What's with the balloons?
100.
Wait, that's tonight. Let me start it off. Right there. Right there. We don't need permission for that. 100 episodes, people. 100 episodes. Did we take any commercial break in between the 100?
No.
Who?
Hiatus.
Did we take any commercial break?
We don't break.
Nothing. So you're telling me from episode 1, which was somewhere back last year, July, somewhere, August. When was that?
July.
Last July.
Yeah.
All the way up to this June.
Yeah.
And we 100 episodes in, no commercials.
No
That's right.
That deserves a round of applause. Let me congratulate each and every one of you all. Let me congratulate you, even though Mr. Song isn't with us. He started the show with us. So I want to give shout out to Mr. Townsend also.
And
He
Mr.
started
Mark
off
Chase.
the show with us.
And Mr. Mark Chase.
I want to give shout out to Mr. Mark Chase. He was with us for quite some time.
Yeah.
He made his exit. Yeah, shout out to Mr. Mark Chase. Thank you to Mr. Mark Chase for riding with us along this journey. I want to give a shout out also to many of the guests who have joined us for the duration of the show. We had Mr. Earl Henry, who been with us a couple of times. Good night, Lucy O'Brien. She has been here from the beginning also. Lucy O'Brien, thank you so much.
Shout out to Lucy.
Thank you.
That's what's up.
Including some of our most recent guests like Shaz, who joined us recently. 100, he has always been there. 100
is in the house. Shout out.
Back up that statement for me, please. Back that up. Back up.
Back it up. What you say?
One love from Hollywood. Wait, 100, you in Hollywood? Talk to me, brethren. Talk to me.
We might have to send him the link. To jump in, and he's tuning in through LinkedIn.
No, literally, if he's in Hollywood, he right down the street from me. That's the whole point. So 100 can't come to Florida and we don't hook up. That's kind of sacrilegious. Good night, Dr. Judith. You and your afro. How are you?
Need more light, Dr. Judith. More light.
Yes,
hello,
she's
darling. What's up? It's 100 tonight. 100 tonight.
So it deserves a resounding blouse and skirt.
Oh, that's right.
Hold on. That 100 is we talking Judith's birthday, or I see balloons and thing up.
Both, two of them.
Both.
I am proud of my 100 years.
Oh yes, the 100 Black Conference of like minds. It's I don't know if it's a good thing to say that we all here of like mind. I don't know.
Don't say that. Don't say of like minds with me.
That's no. I didn't think that was a safe or sensible thing to say, that we are of like minds.
No.
Because some of the things will go through your mind and come out of your mouth. I
deliver my soul. I'm going to my bed right now.
I don't. And some of the things that come out of my mouth, you can't agree with. Because the way my mind operates, Dr. Judith, when you make a statement like that and say it again.
No.
What you say just now?
No.
No. Say it again. Let me show you some.
Say what?
What you say just now? You're going where?
I didn't say anything about going anywhere.
You see how she quick to take back chat? Yeah.
You think say me a total idiot, right?
Just a half.
Total.
Just a half.
Right into it.
Just the way my mind operates, the minute she said that, I would say,
you know that.
Carry me with you now.
Me know, man.
But you see, she don't wanna go back on that. But anyway, we hit that 5-minute mark. So Sam, run the thing, and we're here to celebrate tonight, people. We're here to celebrate tonight.
That's what's up.
All right. So run the thing and let me come back and let me just vibe tonight. I ain't had no long set of speech, nothing.
Thank you.
We just going down memory lane tonight. So Run the thing and come back.
That's
Run
right.
the thing,
That's right.
brother. Go on, come
Run
again.
it. Don't worry. We can't run it, but we're gonna run it.
My name is Karin Forrester. I represent BantuKreations. BantuKreations offers beautifully made, African-inspired, lightweight, handcrafted, one-of-a-kind earrings in wonderful shapes, shades, sizes, and colors. Please don't be scared of the large sizes. They're extremely lightweight earrings. BantuKreations can be found on IG and on Facebook as BantuKreations. That's BantuKreations with a K.
Come check me out, chriskeys.com. I'm worldwide.
Tony Altamirano.
Hi, I'm Gina.
What's up, everybody? I'm Win Vu, award-winning remixer.
Koya, I'm an artist. Hi, my name's Justina Bethel.
Hi, I'm Mike Bowen from Denton, Texas.
How you doing? This is Tom Cup from Music by Tom Cups. Check out Samuel E. Archer's book, Hybrid Executive. We are in the business, and here's how you can be a better business person because you're running your business.
You can find my music at JustinaBeth_EL on Instagram or JustinaBethel.com, and I am a hybrid executive.
I'm a hybrid executive.
I'm a hybrid executive, just like you.
Follow me at Koya Music, and I'm also a hybrid executive.
I'm worldwide, baby, but just know I'm a hybrid executive. That's all you need to know, baby.
Get on up, B.
Check out my music, MikeBowen.com. I'm a hybrid executive.
I'm a hybrid executive.
Showtime. Hi, we are the Henry Boys. I'm Joshua.
I'm Daniel. And I'm Simone.
We're inviting you to read a copy of our father's book, Tiny Little Spider and Nursery Rhyme.
Hey, what do you mean a father's book? This is my book. I'm on the cover. Me, Imani. But let's not forget our sister Imani started writing this book.
And our dad finished it. So get a copy.
For yourself or for your child.
Tiny Little Spider, a nursery rhyme by Curtis B. Henry and Imani Smith. Now available on Amazon.com.
With me, Imani. Spider Boy.
Yes.
Excuse me, Mr. Moderator. May I say something? Since this is
I don't think I could stop you. Go ahead.
I have been considering saying this. I would like to say tonight.
Just talk your talk, man.
Just put everything aside. Just don't consider anything. Just listen to this. I'm a hybrid executive. Whoa!
Congratulations, my dear. Congratulations.
I've been listening to these people for how long, and I said, I need to say it one time. Just
like you.
Yeah. I'm a hybrid executive, just like
my dear. I know she don't drink, but wherever it is you are smoking, I want some.
Nail polish.
So tonight, people, we're taking
sir.
a trip down memory lane.
That's what's up. That's what's
Let
up.
me tell you something. It's a song by Tom Jones.
Yeah.
And the song states, memories don't leave like people do.
Tom Jones sing that?
They always stay with you.
Whether they've been good or bad. It's always something that you had.
I could remember the sound of my mother's voice. Let me talk about memories. I could remember the sound of my mother's voice, even though she's been gone for what? 32 years? I could also remember that one of her favorite artists was Mr. Brooke Benton.
Oh, yes.
I remember her putting on that stereo and singing songs like Rainy Night in Georgia.
Rainy Night in Georgia.
So Rainy Night in Georgia is not just Rainy Night in Georgia. Rainy Night in Georgia bring back memories of my mother. Pleasant memories. I could still remember the sound of my kindergarten teacher's voice. Teacher Elsie. I remember how comforting and reassuring her voice was, how she encouraged us as children to learn and do our best. Have you ever had a moment when you smell something and you didn't really feel for the food that you were smelling, but instead you remember somebody or you remember a particular location That physical stimuli, which it triggers like a chemical message, and you can actually retrieve a pleasing or sometimes painful memory from smell. Whether we realize it or not, people, we are a sum total of our memories. You, ladies and gentlemen, you are your memories.
Memories don't live like people do.
Let me tell you something.
They always stay with you.
Our memories
whether they've
matter.
been good or bad.
How many of us have allowed our memories, which they form memories? Let me tell you something. You see, memories from your past, if you're not careful, it could destroy your present.
It has to be from the past if it's a memory, Mr.
Whatever
Curtis.
you choose to hold on to tonight. We want you, the listening audience, we want you people in the panel to be on the receiving end of some of our pleasant memories. And for me, well, we can't use food tonight because we can't smell the food across the airwaves. We can't smell the food across the internet. But we could sing some of the songs. We could play some of the music.
Just sing and you want to hear me sing.
That triggers some of these beautiful memories for us. So before the DJ start do his thing.
Yeah, man.
I want to ask you all something. Let me just ask you all something about life. What are your earliest memories of life? I'm going to start with me. Let me start this off. My earliest memory, I remember learning to walk. Holding on to the columns in the gallery, as we call it back home. Holding on, shaking, trying to walk. And looking out at an open field with nothing but some little sticks in the ground. And I couldn't understand why this land was so dry that nothing was growing. As a baby, I could understand that. Years later, when I told my mother, she looked at me kind of strange and she said, "What?" She said, "That's the house you were born in. The upstairs house." I said, "Yeah, it was yellow." She said, "Yeah. How do you remember that? We didn't stay there for long." And she said, "That field that you talk about across the street, that was a cemetery. The sticks that you're talking about, those were the crosses on the graves. That's what you saw." And I remember that. And I remember my mother. I remember her smell. I remember what she was doing the day. I remember her washing clothes. I remember the music that she was singing to downstairs. Pleasant memories for me. So let me ask you all something. Go back. What's your earliest memory in life? Before we start the job, talk to me.
Age 2.5, 3, on a tricycle with a rooster in the backyard chasing after me.
So it's a long time you're running from cop.
You see now? Well,
no, I don't. I'm asking you. It's foul cop.
Oh my!
Why?
Oh,
I don't.
My God. I am
you're
done.
running from foul cop from since you're 2-3 years old.
I am done.
That's she memories, but I don't know. Sam, talk to me. What's your earliest memory?
Well, it didn't have no cocks in there. I gotta tell you that, but. I remember I was in school. This had to be nursery school. I probably was almost 3. And I was writing my name on a piece of paper. I was like writing my name in class. That's what I remember at the start. I think before that, everything was just black, so it was just black. And then it was, I'm in class writing my name, and then I'm like, this is my name. Yeah, that's kind of like really interesting. I remember the street, it was weird, kind of like, wow, where was I before that? I kind of was wondering, where was I before that? Why were things so dark? It was kind of dark.
Yeah, sleep.
The world was without form and void or something,
And
So you remember being in the womb?
And that's probably what it
It was
was.
dark. Okay, that's probably what happened.
It was dark.
Dr. Judith, talk to me. Take me back to your earliest memory in life.
I don't have a lot of memories. Unfortunately, I must have been in the dark with him. I don't remember a lot of things. I mean, I remember somewhere in the middle part there as a child, I laughed a lot. And I enjoyed my father's jokes. I spent a lot of time with him, but I don't remember any particular. I remember when I was very young. I don't know how young I was. I probably told you guys the story. I probably was I don't know, I might have been 5 or 6 or something like that. And the neighbor next door, there's a store next door, and they sell all kinds of varieties of different kinds of things, if you understand what I mean.
All kinds of varieties of different kinds. My goodness.
And some other things too. And there was a candy. Karin might know it. It's a candy. It's coconut, but it's pink. And it cut in a square. And I can't remember the name of it right now, but it was candy, coconut, pink, square. And I love that thing. I often wonder how I still have teeth. I love that thing. To me, it just was crazy. And one day I went into the store and I wanted some of that candy. So I told the owner, what I wanted. He looked at me and he said, okay. And I said, may I have 2, please? And as he gave me the candy, I gave him 2 stones and run out of the shop. That was my payment for the candy. And I mean, that's humorous. That's what I remember. But I knew there had to be a medium of exchange. And now I heard him say,
so Judith, you've been stealing sweetness from men. And giving them nothing but hard stories.
I like that.
Dr. Judith, we need to know the end of that story. So what happened after you give the man the 2 stones and run to the candy?
Listen, as Curtis said, I've been stealing sweet from, and you know what? None of them ever complain.
Oh my goodness, my goodness. Robbing the men of their sweetness and running away.
What?
Is that the legacy you want to leave behind, Dr. Judith?
No. I had a history of that when I was very young. No more.
Is that the legacy you want to leave behind?
No, I don't. Listen. I don't run anymore because there's nobody around to run from.
Yeah, nobody. Anytime you're ready, boss. Anytime you're ready.
What I want to do before we start jamming some music is we owe it to ourselves to remember little clips from the earlier episodes. And I have a small clip where we were sort of, doing a little introduction.
Oh Lord!
It was a little bit humorous.
We're going down memory lane with the show. Run it.
Yeah. All right. Good. Yeah. You like to rush people, eh? Good.
Archer from the Muzilog family. We're an online magazine publication that caters to music, entertainment, and culture. In fact, our moniker is Where Entertainment and Culture Lives. And I'm happy to be here to share this stage with my colleagues, Mr. Delroy Souden, Mr. Curtis.
I
am not even going to answer, Sam. I'm done. Yeah, he was giving it to me all day.
So you forget my name.
I saw that clip. I said, it was such a funny timing. And this was from our first episode. And again, we did mention Delroy. Delroy was part of the crew. Shout out to him. And then we met our co-host, Dr. Judith, a few weeks later, right?
Yeah.
And Yeah, I was able to get a little clip of the introduction of that, and I thought it would be really a sentimental thing.
Oh,
so let's see how that works.
Oh Lord.
Our special guest is a child of God, a daughter to Ivan and Beryl Barnes.
There you go.
She's a mother to a son, Karin Barnes. She's also a mental health specialist, a trained radio broadcaster, a publisher, an author, a painter, and a paraprofessional. She's currently working with special needs children in the school system of Gwinnett County, Loganville, Georgia. Ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome the Reverend Dr. Judith Barnes. Good evening, Dr. Barnes. How
Hey
are
guys.
Welcome.
Thank you. Marley for having me. On Caribbean, do you say Caribbean or you say Caribbean?
Caribbean feedback.
Caribbean feedback. Thank you for having me on.
You're welcome.
Feedback. I said feedback.
Yeah, she did.
What did you think I said?
There's some sort of science to the whole
Sam, I don't know if you remember some.
Hold on.
So wait, as soon as she came on, she started trouble. The very minute she was
I must
introduced.
say I recognize that. I must say I recognize
You said Caribbean or Caribbean?
Caribbean or Caribbean.
Yeah, I
must
actually
say I
know some
realize.
people that pronounce it Caribbean.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I must say I recognize that I brought nonsense with me.
Well, you know how it is. So how do you all felt about those two clips? That was a little bit entertaining.
Cool runnings.
Cool runnings. All right. So let's check out this one because this was one of our pinnacle. But Karin, you okay? You look like you're crying. It's so emotional for you. Is that what's going on?
Right.
You're crying. Oh, hold on.
How is he doing?
Our special guest
I'm sorry,
is
wrong
a child of God.
Hold on. Wrong one.
Oh, thank you.
Too young, yeah. Tell me.
Sparrow had a commercial back in the day, and he asked the question: if your mother and your wife was drunk, then who would you save? You had the chance to save one. Who would you save? And I believe he asked his father or his grandfather, and the grandfather told him, you can always have another wife, but you cannot have another mother in your life. So that was my response to this post on Facebook, and I took a lot of heat for it. And a lot of
me feel about that one day. I'm not even gonna comment on that one.
A lot of the same thing that Deb said that.
That one sounding, yeah, that one didn't sound right.
So you know how I would approach that is to avoid even being in that situation. So we would just not be.
And how would you avoid being in that situation?
We will just not be taking the boat. We'll take the cruise.
Yo, the type of strippiness that is here. You all good?
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man. Run it. Let me take a more relaxed.
Curtis, you was going to ask me something, Curtis? Or
yeah, overall question. Let me ask all you something.
Yeah.
I spoke about Mr. Brooke Benton a few minutes ago. I mentioned Tom Jones.
Mm-hmm.
Brooke Benton was the song for my mother, the artist for my mother, and hearing him today bring back pleasant memories of her. So I want you, I don't know if you want people to ask you, Sam, or you could just run something for we and then we talk about your memories.
Okay,
But,
you mean music?
Yeah.
So you yeah. Well, that was we're good. We're going to the music now.
Run it.
All right. So let me run it. So a quick disclaimer for the folks on Facebook. If anything happened where you can't hear nothing, like no audio, just go to YouTube. Go to the YouTube link, okay? We just, just in case we have any situations. Dr. Judith, where were you when this song came out?
In my bed.
I can't ask Curtis because Curtis might remember anything on this one here.
One night I loved a stranger, like the beginning of a fantasy. Was it right to love a stranger? There was nobody to care after me. Nobody. Nobody. Nobody was nobody to care after me.
I see Karin smiling on that one. Karin was just smiling. The music start, the intro. Karin, where were you when the song came up?
I have no idea. I don't know the song, and I know a lot of music. I do not know who the singer is.
You didn't know this one?
I don't know the song or the singer.
Well, based on your reaction, I thought you knew the song.
I was enjoying the song, but I don't know it.
When it started initially, that's when
I thought it was something else.
It sounded almost like Hopeton's Curtis. It sounded like Hopeton Lewis for a minute there. I have no idea who the singer is, but it sounds like the kind of music that I used to listen to when I was very, very young. I used to listen to Roy Hamilton and Brooke Benton and all those old classics. So it sounds like something. Who is he? He's Jamaican, right? It doesn't sound. It doesn't seriously. It doesn't sound fine to me. Who is it? You? No. No. Who is it?
Wait, hold on. Let me Curtis. You know the song?
At all.
I pick a song or you don't know at all?
I know a lot of music, but I don't know that.
What's the name of it?
The name of the song is Stranger by the group LTD.
Okay, I know it.
This was Jeffrey Osborne.
Okay.
He did.
I know Jeffrey Osborne. Okay.
Oh my God, you're this really?
No, that's just say his name.
But and one of the reasons why I picked this song too was that this is the original song that had this whole na 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 in it.
Okay.
Yeah, a whole up to today, Jamaicans still using that to that.
Beanie Man did it. Na, right? So I thought you guys would have made the connection.
Yeah, I made the connection with the Jamaican artists using it, but as far as that,
yeah, they got song, this is a record they got it from.
I've never heard that before, so.
Okay.
I ain't that old.
Jeffrey Osborne is a great singer.
I don't believe this.
I'm not that old.
All right.
Is that
all right, hold on. This one, if nobody know this,
you go home.
Especially those two Jamaican women underneath there. If all they know this, we're revoking all the Jamaican passports tonight.
Yeah, we don't have
an American passport.
So we in my heels and do them checks, so we hit that do. And do what have them going anti. Now pop, now style, I strictly rules. Now pop, now style, I strictly rules. See me on the road, I you not call out to me. Try see me in the pants and thing. See me in my heart attack. See me be a heart attack. Give me little bass with a wild up my waist. Uptown top ranking. See me in the Benz and ting. Daddy true constant spring. Them chicks say we come from Cosmos, but the truth them I know and ting. Them I know say we top ranking. Uptown top ranking.
All right.
No style.
Uh-huh. So we was going to revoke some passports tonight. Love is all I bring. In a khaki suit and thing. Hey! Who used to wear khaki? You used to wear khaki?
I still do have one of khaki pants right now.
Yeah, one khaki, yeah.
I strictly roots.
Okay, that was the song of the musical Youth. I believe that those kids actually came out of England.
No, that's not musical Youth.
Which version is this? Which version is this?
The Roots version.
Hold on. This is Althea and Donna.
Oh Lord, Althea, I remember that name.
That's probably the original.
This is the original, yeah.
No pop, no style.
Wait. Wait, Karin, real quiet, Karin. We're revoking your passport tonight, or what?
She know that song.
I recognize the song. The singers know.
She recognized the song right away.
Not the singers, but the song, yes.
I saw her. She had a smile. Just cankling her teeth.
Wait. What?
In your arms, and make love to your lips caress me, possess me, not you.
Feeling love on the side.
The time will stand still and leave us feel this way. I'll be satisfied here with you. You set my mind on fire. It's for me, body and soul to you. Oh, don't ever say goodbye.
Boy,
rescue
All right. I see you all happy here about stealing love on the side. You see, before I accused somebody of stealing sweetness and running away, they denied it. Now they're playing stealing love on the side, and she's celebrating. I talk about one person that running from. Anyway, we remember that. I ain't had to say it again.
I just don't know which side I'm talking about.
Let me tell you something.
So wait, that's Carlene Davis, right?
Yeah, I think that was Carlene.
All right, Carlene Davis. Let me tell you when this song hit for me which is when she was out. We're talking about the mid-80s, early to mid-80s. And that's around the same time I actually met you, Judith. That song they was playing, that song they was pumping at the particular time. I don't know if you remember, we actually performed on the same stage with Carlin Davis at a show in Queens.
At the what the place name?
I can't remember, but we did a piece on stage.
The big hall.
Yes, Carlin Davis, Hopeton Lewis, Winston Jones was on that show. I can't remember who else.
That's Queens.
Yeah, but we actually performed on the stage, shared the stage with Carlin Davis back in the mid-80s.
Lord.
Yes.
Wandre said Sam a play for himself. You know them DJ.
I'm very happy I played something that only.
So, what I bring back for you, Judith? Not Judith. Yeah, Judith. Since I called your name already.
What you say?
I said, what memory that song bring back for you?
Well, why is she thinking about it? If you notice, while this song was playing,
trying to steal my love on the side.
What? Somebody's trying to steal your love on the side? If you all notice, I put on the shades and I'm doing this.
I saw you. I was paying attention.
I remember being in a party, right? A sneak away party because I'm young. I was a child watching people, and it had this guy while this song playing, right? It's nighttime, party, and he have on shades. And he just in the corner with a Guinness in his hand and he just lean up so.
I saw you watching. I said to myself, what is he thinking? What is he thinking with the darkers on?
So One Dread says, I remember that song and Coast and Stealing Love. Sam, you playing that for you. I see you just reminiscing. But I see well, Karin put up she hand first, like she was testifying something.
Any memories for you, Karin?
18 and trying to date a 36-year-old.
Oh Lord.
Yeah, but I didn't put my glasses for this one.
Proud of herself.
Proud, no, but it was what it was.
The man was twice your age, girl.
Yeah.
What was that record? I'm in love with a man twice my age.
I wasn't in love. I was just in lust. I wasn't in love. There was no love.
Oh,
Lord. You see, by then she had already jumped. By then she had jumped off the tricycle.
So contagious.
Hey, Sam. She had jumped off the tricycle and where she was running from caught up to her. That's the story. Run the track.
You know, you know this link business, so yeah. I wanna spend. What was that? Have no argument with DJ over here.
I wanna share your life. Every minute, every day of life. And I want you to know that whatever you do and wherever you go,
someone loves you, honey.
So is that Miss JC Lodge? Is that Miss JC Lodge?
Yes.
All of that singing what I'm telling you.
Hey, so I hit some more so we can't reach it, Father. I want to see the replay.
That's a classic.
Is that Miss JC Lodge?
Yes, brethren.
All right. I just wanted to confirm that.
Yeah.
Actually, this I don't mean to sound morbid here, but I had no idea that the sister was actually still around and still performing. It's just the other day I actually made a link on IG and realized that she was just doing a show somewhere in Jamaica, and it was pleasant to see the sister, but I didn't know she was still up and about.
Yeah.
You know why? Because somebody loves her.
Yeah, next big jam, man. Next big jam. Yeah. So Dr. Judith, where were you when this record came out?
I have no idea.
You was right there?
I have no idea where I was. I was probably, about what year is this?
This had to be, what, 79, 78?
I was in New York. I'd come up from Jamaica in 71 or 72 for school. So I was in New York, lost and frightened. That's me, Lodge.
All right. She did Telephone Love. Was she did a remake of that?
No, she did. That's her song. Song So Sweeter Than Life.
Telephone Love.
Yep. JC Love, same one.
I thought it was well, anyway, let me tie up myself on that one. But all right, yeah. That was a big record too, the Telephone Love record. Now I remember this song I'm going to play here, because this song here meant a lot because I was getting a lot of mosquito bites and things when this song was out. I remember the smell of Baygon, right? You all know Baygon, the insecticide?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
When I play this, I remember the smell of Baygon. We didn't have no toilet in the house. We was using a latrine.
I like that one.
The kitchen was outside. When I play this one here, this takes me back to that time.
The latrine part or the vegan part?
The bad part.
Hey! Do that one there.
When you get that sugar, darling, there is nothing better. You make me feel like 10 foot tall. None other than the voice of Mr. Alwyn Roberts, better known as Lord Kitchener.
Lord
Kitchener, Audrey, where you get that sugar? Now, let me tell you all something. That tune go way back. It was actually Road March way back somewhere in the 70s. I can't tell you the exact year. But let me tell you something. Even as fast, let's say 2 years ago, I was actually at an event. This is, pre-COVID. And this tune, when the DJ actually played this, when he introduced the Calypso segment, he introduced it with this particular song. And young and old recognized the tune, and everybody was vibing to a song that came out in the 70s. The artist has been dead and gone, and people can still identify with Audrey. Dan Roxanne says, my mother is Audrey. 100 say memories of carnival in Scarborough as a little boy. 100 stop line. Back in 75, you was a big man. What are you talking about, little boy? She loved the song. That's her song. She somehow, I guess she felt that it was dedicated to her.
Yeah.
Sugar boom boom. That means for those of you who do not understand, the boom boom was so nice and sweet. That's why you say, where you get that sugar?
Aye.
Where you get that sugar, Audrey? Sugar boom boom. It's just sweet. It's just nice and wrong and sweet. So
I just wanted to throw in that Lord Kitchener gave Ed Watson, who arranged this piece, arranged and produced this piece. Ed Watson begged Kitchener to do this piece. He begged him. Kitchener didn't even like the song, apparently. This is the backstory behind the song. And eventually he got him to record it, and it's one of the biggest songs.
Yeah.
For Lord Kitchener. So let me see here. One Dread says
Jeff played that a lot.
I come out to play.
I come out. That was Shadow.
Yeah, that's Shadow.
Yeah, that's Shadow.
So yeah, let me now. I want to play a more recent song because it became popular. It's soca. It's another Ed Watson sample. It's not from Sugar Boom Boom. You'll hear some similarities, but it's not from this actual song that we just played. We have another Calypsonian by the name of Singing Diane. She did a song called You Gotta Give Away. You gotta give away. So the sample is really taken from this. Wait, Dr. Judith is sleeping on me there?
No, man, no.
Oh, you better have a drink or something to keep your thing. You better
I have some.
And tighten up yourself over there.
I have a drink, that's the end of it.
Because,
I'm telling you. About the intellect, I'm just saying up in my brain, why it's up glass. I don't care what nobody says. Every carnival I done there. Plus I know all artists are only masters. Them say I'm telling you where I'm from Trinidad. And we make a company.
Shout out to Benjai.
This is something on the dark as that's pierced like this.
I hope I didn't hear the right thing, but I heard that Benjai isn't doing too well. So I'm sending him positive energy. Hopefully, whatever it is, I don't know what the situation might be.
Yeah, well, I that's been going on for quite a few years now. Since he dropped off the scene, he actually was suffering with some prostate issues from a few years.
Prostate? Did I hear that word?
A few years ago, and he has been off of the scene for quite some time.
So we want to give him a little shout out there. Dr. Judith.
Yes.
I want to see your face when I hear this one here.
In the place.
Yeah, let me see. I want to see how your face goes.
I want
to see if this one gonna bring back anything for you.
Woman, tend to the
Cause there must be something she can do.
Listen to that sweet voice.
This heart is broken in two.
There's a patient by the name of Henry.
Oh, Lord.
Night nurse, only you alone can quench this thirst. My night nurse, oh gosh,
the pain is getting worse.
The pain is getting worse.
Don't need a doctor. Aye. Need a doctor around the clock.
Let me tell you something. The year was 1982.
What?
I was in a military station overseas at that particular point in time.
Just
And
turned 15.
it was a bit, how could I put it? Over in Germany, we weren't getting a much culture. You weren't hearing the music on the radio. And if you didn't walk with your little cassette or your records from the States, you wasn't hearing anything over there. And one day, me and some brethren, we went downtown Frankfurt, Germany, and walking through some record shops and whatever, and boom, there I see this white album with a Rasta man on it. Picked it up, Gregory Isaac. You know, I stick it straight to the register. Give me this. I don't even need to hear it. Didn't even need. No. You don't have to play it for me. Gregory Isaac. I recognize the name and I recognize the look.
Yeah, man.
Rasta. I say yes. I'm taking this home. And let me tell you something. I took that record back to the barracks and played it. And played it. And that album sat on repeat like 24/7. Even when we left the barracks and go to work, when we had the military stuff to do, that album was playing in the barracks. And if ever I changed it to put something else on, one of my fellow soldiers would come and say, could I borrow that? And it would be playing somewhere down the hall. And it played. Now, I have never seen this happen. And it's the first time I actually witnessed this, where a record was played until the grooves wore off of it.
Wow.
That record played around the clock, and it introduced so many people to reggae music. I'm talking about white boys from Alabama and all kind of people was introduced to reggae music through Gregory Isaac's Night Nurse when I bought that album in Germany and played it over there for my fellow soldiers. And we played that album until the grooves actually wore off of the record, because it was non-stop, 24/7. That record played in the barracks. So that's my memory for that particular song.
I remember when this record came out, and Gregory Isaac was a favorite for the older men. You know, of course, not old men, but, you know, mature men at the time. That was what they would play when they wanted to get in the lovey-dovey kind of vibe. They would play.
Yeah, man.
And it would be playing softly in the background. You know, just...
I used to go to nightclubs with Jeff and Pansy and my brother and his wife. And that's the memory it would trigger for me. I would go and I would hear that there. And I had nobody to dance with, but it's all right. I just sit on the chair and rock myself. You ever hear this song? I can't remember. Rock me all night long till I can't go. Johnny Nash.
Which Johnny Nash? I need to find that Johnny Nash record.
Yeah.
Yeah. Rock me. Yeah.
Well, that song was wicked.
So talk about something by the time, so we don't have no space in between.
Let me tell you something. I believe that we remember things and people that affected us on how could I put this, on a cellular level, that it becomes us. Not many people here could remember what we had for breakfast, let's say 3 Tuesdays ago. Why? It wasn't really important, right? But if you ask a question like, where were you on the morning of September 11th when the Twin Towers come down? Right? You could recall it because why? It affected you in some way, shape, or form. So let me ask you all something. What was the first concert that you went to? The first musical concert that you attended?
Diana Ross in Central Park in the 80s.
You lie. Hold on. You was there?
Yeah.
I was at that concert too. When it rained, you mean when it started raining, she refused to come off the stage?
I didn't give a damn.
And oh my goodness. That was one hell of a concert. Yeah, I was at that one. But I started going to shows way before that. Judith, what's the first musical concert you ever attended? Or
am
you could
sure,
remember?
I'm sure the only thing I can think of is Johnny Mathis. Because I love Johnny Mathis from Jamaica. And every time he came to New York, I saw Johnny Mathis for about 20-something years. So I would say Johnny Mathis.
How about you, Sam?
I grew up in church, so concerts was a lot earlier. We had a lot of church concerts. I'm trying to figure out if, as you asked the question, I was like, what other concert I may have gone to that might have been pretty enjoyable. But it wouldn't be like the first time because I, grew up more in a religious setting. And even the groups I would go to see, they were religious groups as well. But I do remember going to see Patti LaBelle in Prospect Park in Brooklyn.
Mm.
I'm trying to remember the congressman. It was one of the elected officials. He would do these Martin Luther concert series at Wingate Park every summer. And this particular time they were bringing Patti LaBelle, but they sort of estimated that Wingate wouldn't be able to hold the audience. So they decided for that particular concert with Patti LaBelle that they'll do it in Prospect Park. And it was a good idea that they did it there because that audience that came out there, and she brought the kitchen sink, she brought the curtains.
I can imagine.
The band was humongous. I don't even think that band would have been able to fit in Wingate, and Wingate is pretty big when they set it up over there. The band was. I mean, she had string section, she had horn section, she had percussion section, background singers. I mean, Patty changed like about 3 or 4 times in the show. Like, she take, boom, she jump off the stage, come back on in a whole new outfit.
Oh, she changed her clothes.
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
Yeah, I did happen to catch Patti LaBelle in concert. I saw her out on Long Island. I back in those days I was in radio and stuff, so I got a lot of free tickets to shows. Hi, good night, Natty. Yes. I didn't pay to go anywhere back in those days, so I had a lot of tickets and stuff to go places. So I saw Patti LaBelle out in Long Island. I saw her show out there. I actually met many concerts, but the first concert, or should I say that I actually saw, was a Calypso tent that came to Tunapuna back in the 70s, and I actually stormed 100 St. Peter Tosh on the pier still. But before that, he said Calypso show in Shore Park, Tobago. That was Shadows Breakout here. And I went there to see whoever was in the Calypso tent, but by the time I snuck in, the last artist was performing on stage, who just happened to be Crazy, Calypso Crazy. And I snuck in, and it was actually the first Calypsonian I've actually, seen perform live. You grew up and these people were like heroes. You didn't, so I saw him, and there was another group in Trinidad. The name escapes me at this time. I can't even remember if I saw them before him or after. Wildfire, I think, was the name of that group from Tunapuna, and I saw them perform also in Trinidad. And too numerous to mention in terms of concerts that I've been to. I've seen everybody and the little brother at this point in time.
Well, Oliver Chapman, who I've done some work with, he's from Wildfire.
Okay, so yeah, that was that. Yeah,
yeah, he's a bass man from Wildfire, and so on. Yeah, man. Shout out to him if he's watching. Sometimes he might tune in and all of that. Quick question, Dr. Judith: Is there another name for that song, or it's
Rock Me, Baby? I just got it and I just pulled it up.
So you know what? I might have to pull that up on YouTube, maybe.
Yeah, Rock Me, Baby.
So
Man, I played that song, Curtis, in one of the commercials. I did that ATS.
Mm-hmm.
I played that in the background. So those were some fun days at ATS.
Oh yes, they were. Yes, indeed.
I was remembering Desmond the other day.
Baby, we got a date.
Walking home from school. We'll get out the subway.
Is it that one there?
No.
Not that.
Rock me, baby. Twice. Rock me, baby. Till I can't go on. It's very sensual. Very sensual.
You know what? Hold on, because they only have a lot of his other hits here.
Have you gone to a lot of concerts, Karin?
No.
No.
No, I haven't.
Were you sheltered? Were you sheltered as a child? Did they lock you up inside and not let you out? I don't know. I'm asking. I don't know if you grew up a good.
Look at how Mr. Dong has so nice and
a good pious life. I don't know.
And I try stir me up.
That's
I don't
right.
know.
You should have make nice.
Were you sheltered as a child?
Was I sheltered as a child? I was an only child, so I guess you could say so.
I don't know. In a lot of house, things like dancing was forbidden. You know,
No,
a
dancing
lot
was
of
never forbidden. I was always dancing.
a lot of
Always
old time parents telling you don't whistle in the house.
I was always dancing and always playing music. That's why I
Okay.
prefer 60s and 70s music to any other era.
Rock me, baby. Rock
You sure you have the name of the song, right?
Huh?
You sure you have the name of the song, right?
Listen to me, just play this in thing a while ago. Around, you know.
You say if you have the name right. That's what I ask you.
There it is. There it is.
I'm a shit to this one.
Say. Rock me, baby.
I remember this.
Rock me out here on the floor. Rock me,
baby.
Rock me till I
don't go on.
Oh, that's sweet.
Oh, yeah.
Music. Perfume feels the
I remember that.
The mood is right.
Come hold me tight. Ooh, let's dance, romance, while we still have a chance.
Come on. Rock me, baby. Rock me out here on the floor. Rock me,
baby.
Rock me till I want
no more.
So what's special about the tune what's special about the music for you, Judith?
It's just special.
Yeah, I've never seen Dr. Judith so emotional before.
So tell me what does it bring back for you?
I think I used to hear, like I said, used to hear it in clubs. I think what it is that just factual. Most of my adult life I've been alone. Whatever. Choice, whatever. And when I would go to the club and hear that, nobody to dance with, and I would feel, man, that's how I feel. Rock me, baby. It was just, and I think it was a desire to somebody rock me. You know, not like a baby, but rock me. And I think that's what it was. I like I said, I would go to the clubs with Jeff and Pansy them, but I didn't have a date. I would just go with them. And the thing is that I enjoy music so much. I really, I would like to have had a date, but it was okay because the music was all like that. No, not mercy. We just sit down there.
So let me ask the question. We had Natius just joined us. So let me ask you something, Natius, and I'm asking the same question. I'm asking the same question to everyone on the panel and those in the listening audience also. So if you want, I'd like for you to chime in with your response on this question while the panelists answer the question. Tell us about a particular song that brings back a pleasant memory for you. Pull a particular song that brings back a pleasant memory for you. I want the panelists to answer it, and let the people in the chat gather your thoughts and give me the answer to that also.
Somebody just said rudeness, sweetness. I said that's why I like it. It was rudeness.
Dr. Judith.
Nobody hear my question?
So I would I remember when I came back to the US, this was around 88 or so. When I came back, I hadn't heard calypso music for a little minute. And I end up in this taxi cab, this dollar cab I was going to the train, going to school. And this dollar cab on Utica, pick up this dollar cab, and they was listening to LIB. And a David Rudder song came on, a song called Song for a Lonely Soul. And I hadn't heard calypso in such a while that when I heard that piece of music in the car, I mean, was goosebumps, was like I hadn't heard, it's like you haven't heard something in a while. And I was such a Charlie's Roots fan that this song came on. And I remember when we came out, after the song played, we came out of the car and there was another guy in the car with me listening. He's like, yo, who was that we just listened to in the car? I was like, yo, that's David Rudder from Charlie's Roots. And the guy was like, He's like, David Rudder, all right, good. And it just meant that we were going to go, somebody was going to go to the record store and get this record because it was such a moving experience. And actually, I have it. I think I could run a piece of that.
So talk to me, Karin. Oh, you're gonna play this. Oh, you're gonna write into it.
There's another piece.
Don't get me wrong, this big city really made up out of me. But I can't be jumped, but I can't say no calypso. No. So called music, take me back to my love. So called music,
take me back to my island.
Sam, I can understand having not heard your island music for a while, how that would touch you.
You could hear it. You hear it inside there.
Yeah, man, I could understand that, but I also,
man.
You know what I'm thinking? It sounds like a festival song. Just you just hit me that it sound like a festival.
Man. This first time I heard this, man, it was like, and it's musically amazing as well because there's other parts of the piece that they go into some other sections, and the man is amazing.
So, Karin, talk to me. A particular song that bring back a pleasant memory for you.
I used to club a lot, so one that I can think of that I never felt, I wouldn't feel as if the night was complete if I didn't hear Taurus Riley's "She's Royal." Happy to have a
See if you could pull that song while she talked.
Jeff played that on the show almost every Saturday.
It was like the night was not right. There was something off kilter if they didn't play that.
So tell me, is it the song is it that you somehow feel that you have some kind of royalty to or about?
I don't feel. I know.
Hold on, or is it Taurus?
Is that?
Or is it Taurus of himself that make you like?
Nah, the Taurus not do a thing for me.
Taurus not do that.
Song, the quality of the song, the lyrics. I'm all about lyrics. I'm not about empty songs too tough. I like lyrics.
You know, now that Karin said that, there's a song called Wildfire.
But hold on. We're gonna go to you just now. Let me vibe with Karin for a while on the she's royal because she claims she's royal.
With a lighter. With a lighter there. With a lighter there.
No, I never been someone shy until I see right.
DJ, don't make me and you are nothing, you know.
Till I have to try. Yeah. Oh, yes. Let me get my words right.
And then approach. Woman, I treat you like a man is supposed to.
You'll never have to cry. No. I know everyone can relate to when they find a special someone. She's royal, yeah, so royal, yeah.
I good now. I can go home now.
One in my life, I never knew anyone so one of a kind. No, the way she moved to her own beat. She has the qualities of a queen. She's a queen. Ooh, ooh, what a natural beauty. No need no makeup to be a cutie. She's a queen. She's a queen. And when they ask what a good woman's made of, she's not afraid and ashamed of who she is. She's royal, yeah, so royal. And I
in my life.
Yeah.
I never knew anyone.
So one of a kind until the night.
Yeah, man.
So yes.
What
is it about that song, Karin? Talk to me.
As I said, it's just a special vibe and a positive message, and yeah.
Is lyrics?
So, I'm all about lyrics.
So how you feel about Taurus as an artist? Is that just the one?
Other than super, what's that one? Super. What's that? Super something. There's only one other song of his that I like, so I'm not a Taurus fan. You know what I mean? But there are two songs that I can think of his, and that's one. It's the lyrics. It's not really and the rhythm and stuff. It's not about the artist in that case. In this case.
All right, we have on deck for Sam.
You love the life you live. Everything up in my travel gear.
Need a lighter. Oh dear, come on. I bring
from Java to all.
You don't let me get up now, you know. Don't let me get up. Don't let me get up.
Diamonds and the money and her. I hope you make the music keep making all the world. No matter what the price, so the music is nice. Oh,
my brother, this is why I put the community.
Whoa, free. I'm free. From Georgia to I hope it take a mind like a sea. All it should never go. It's the only music that blocks them soul. And most of all to make a good time go.
Yes. None other than Half Pint That
That's
take us
right.
back to the
Oh,
early 80s. Early 80s. That song could have possibly hit somewhere around 1984, 85, somewhere in the early 80s there. So half pint, I remember when that song there came across the speakers in a dance. Yo, you see how Judith behaved just now? The entire place.
Yeah,
The entire place would erupt, hands in the air, lighters in the air when that greetings come across the speaker.
That's right.
I guess some of us are actually, we identified as ragamuffins, so I don't know. The song spoke to us. So
yeah, man.
Run something, run some, run it.
I'm a
ragamuffin.
Put on all the seatbelts for this one. Put on
You have a book called Ragamuffin. It's awesome book.
Put on your seatbelt. You see seatbelts on?
No, it's all right. Me let's Lego.
Yes, Mr. 100. Talk about this one, Bob Marley's. Is that Rastaman Vibration? Yes.
Live if you wanna live. Rastaman vibration. Positive. That's what we got to give. Vibration. Positive. Got to have a good vibe. I am man. Vibration. Whoa. Positive. Vibration. Positive. If you get down and you quarrel every day, you're saying prayers to the devils, I say.
Yes, sir.
Why not help one another on the way? Make it much easier.
Much easier.
Say you just can't look at it well. If you know what I mean, make way for the positive day. Cause it's new time. And if it's a new day, say it's a new sign. Oh, what a new day. Pick it up. I am picking up now. Rastaman vibration, positive. I vibration, positive.
As we continue to rock with none other than Mr. Robert Nesta Marley, Rastaman Vibration, 100 said that song will fill him with electricity moving throughout his body. Deep vibes. Let me tell you all something about Rastaman Vibration. It's so interesting that 100 spoke about that particular song. This song got me and a brethren of mine suspended from school in Form 3. We actually had a free period when the teacher didn't show up. Whatever subject we had at that particular time, the teacher was absent. So we sitting in class, let's say waiting on the math teacher. He or she never showed up, so the students just in there. And of course, we gonna while out. It's a free period. Do whatever you want. And whatever conversation ensued in the classroom, I opted to sing, or the students cheered me and my brethren on to sing Rastaman Vibration. Aye. Because even from then, the vibration was flowing through us. And I got up and I started singing the song, and the classroom was jamming to it. And upstairs was the staff room where the teachers would commune when they had a free period. So they hear this singing and the whole classroom vibing and beating on the desk and stuff. And I remember the teacher exactly that came downstairs, Mr. Matura. And he came downstairs and he looked, and he went straight in the principal office and made his report. Came back to the classroom, singled out me and my brethren, Mr. George Douglas. He passed away now. Unfortunately, he was shot in his back a few years ago in Trinidad. And he singled the two of us out and said, you pack your bags, go home, suspended from school. Because at that particular time in the 70s, it was sort of what they call the invasion of reggae music and the invasion of Rasta. And they were doing anything to quell the rise of Rastas in Trinidad. So by us getting up and singing reggae music, that was a no-no to the powers that be. So we got suspended from high school for singing a song during a free period in class. Needless to say, when I left school, when I was, that time I was going through a lot. There were a lot of suspensions. I eventually got expelled from school. And needless to say, after leaving school, I started to grow my locks. And after I left, my good friend George, he went to the principal and he asked him if he could grow his locks in school. The principal said, hell no, you can't do that here. That was his last day of school. So he made up his mind if he couldn't grow his locks, he was going to leave school. And he left school also. I didn't find out this until a few years later. So yeah, he ended up getting out of there, and that's the man vibration. But let me tell you something about reggae music. When you see reggae music came on the scene in the 70s in Trinidad, Bob Marley's music particularly changed something for me. It changed something in me. I couldn't describe it at the time, but what I knew, I started to disassociate myself from people. Certain things that I used to do, I found myself not doing them anymore.
Conscious music.
Yeah, that consciousness. Certain things I was just like, no. I start looking at people differently.
Yes, man.
How they live, the conversations that came out of their mouths.
Yeah.
I started looking at some of the educators differently. Some of the things that they used to say underhanded that we didn't quite catch before. And I was like, oh, so that's what you meant. Yeah, I realized you don't really have my interest at heart. And I started rebelling. So Bob Marley and reggae music did a lot for me. It altered my consciousness, and it forever changed me as an individual and helped me to become the person that I am up to this day. Reggae music brought about an astronomical change for me in my life.
Do you know they have a statue of him in France? I mean, this guy's all over. Bob Marley's all over the world. But the key word, Curtis, and I think he was ahead of his time, clearly to me, in terms of his, not just the music, but his philosophy that he sang in his music. And some of the things now that's happening in this world, a lot of people are posting it on Facebook because it's so on time for this time. The things that he was saying back then are being manifested today. And that the song about Three Little Birds, man, that guy, I always liked him, but I knew when I was young, a Rastafarian was the dirtiest thing you could talk about. All of them nasty and them dirty and this and that. My father disliked them, my mother disliked them, my granny disliked them. And Winston was one for a while. He always had that Rasta man attitude and vibe or whatever. But I understand what you're saying, because when I listen to him, I feel different. He was ahead of his time. I think that's why he died so young. He was ahead of his time.
No, but I tend to think he was right on time as opposed to ahead of his time, because had his music not come out at the time that it did, I'm not saying I wouldn't have been influenced by reggae music, but it came at an appropriate time in my life. And as I've stated, who I became then shaped who I am today in terms of philosophy, in terms of how I live my life. And this is why I try to tell people today, this is not a hairstyle for me. It's a lifestyle.
Right. So
it's a lifestyle. So it converted me.
But to Curtis, like you said, I think with Bob Marley, I didn't know him personally, but I suspect, and I suspect that of all people who really make an impact in this world, like Dr. King, I believe that Dr. King is one of the few people that march for something, he meant it, he felt it. And why I believe that about him is that he knew he'd be killed. In this society, he knew he'd be killed. And he never stopped. So I knew, that's how I got that feeling that he was genuine. Whether you agree with his philosophy of nonviolence or not, he was genuine. And he knew that this country here wanted to get rid of him, and he still went ahead. So I built on that. It's very important to me. But I think what Bob Marley and any great person who, but last I leave it at that, any great person, even though I think he lived he was a great womanizer and whatever, I think to a large degree.
Hey.
Bob
you go part company right there with that comment,
Yeah, Batty.
We go part company right there with that comment. We talk about womanizing. You see, we talk about this on the show already. About this. We talk about that legacy and a man having a vision in terms of what he wants with the multiple women and the children and building that legacy. And Sam, you know what we're talking about here. And she got called womanizer.
How you end up bringing legs into this?
Where? Womanizer where?
How legs come into this? About the leg you see. Anyway, what I'm saying is that I believe that much of what he said, he practiced. And let me tell you something I know for a fact. The most dangerous person in the world is not the man who speaks or the woman who speaks up. It's the person who speaks and act on what they speak. That's the most dangerous person in the world. That's the one that scares people. I speak of it because I live it. There are people who rather, if I kept talking about what I do and what I mean, if I didn't practice it, but you see, because I practice it, dangerous. And I think that's what I admire about him. Anyway, where's my song? Wildfire. That song, like Karin said about that song, Royal, because she feels she's royal. That song.
No, I'm royal.
What song you talking about, Dr. Judith, now?
It's called Wildfire.
Wildfire by who?
Or Wildfire. By this, what her name is, I think it starts with an S. Plenty name it starts with S, right?
So till you find that out, Judith, run where you had line up there.
Why do I fooling myself when I know
you love someone else? Only a fool breaks his own heart. Hi. I know that voice.
I pretend that I don't see when you walk
down the street.
Only a fool breaks his own heart. I have to admit, even though you hurt
me so,
girl, I can't forget. If I'm a man,
I'll let you go.
It's no use
in trying to hang on. True love already gone. Only a fool breaks his own heart.
Now, I don't know who the original singer for that particular song is, but Lucy said that where's the comment? She said that her father would often play that song for her and strum it on. She said, as a child, my dad would play the guitar and sing that song. Only a fool breaks his own heart. Now, I don't know if you remember, Sam, at one time in Trinidad, there were a group called the Lara Brothers. I don't know if that name would ring a bell for you or 100. What you said, Judith?
Lara played cricket.
Yeah, Lara played cricket. That's actually no. In all seriousness, it's a member of the family, and that's Lucy's family. That O'Brien, you see, she's sporting there. That's a marriage name. That's the name.
Yeah, man.
That's the husband name, but Lucy is actually Lara, related to Brian Lara, and her father was one of the Lara brothers who actually sang in Trinidad back in the 60s and 70s. So she did grow up with that musical influence, as she's saying her father would strum his guitar and play this particular song for her, I guess. So music, so that particular song would take us back to childhood and some of the memories. And it's important for us, and I'm saying this right now and feeling and sounding a bit like a hypocrite, because I don't play music the way I used to, and even the way I'm supposed to. Like on a Saturday morning where the children wake up to music and they could remember their parents' music and stuff like that. And it's something I promised myself as of recent that I need to start doing so that those boys can get into some of the music that kept me alive.
You should.
Yeah, that's something I realized lately that I need to actually be doing. So the music, it is extremely important for the younger generations. So Karin, is that something you want to select? Talk to me. Talk to Sam. Talk to Sam.
I did. Talk to Sam.
You spoke to me?
Yeah.
Oh, you spoke to me in a digital way?
In a digital way. We're in a digital world.
Okay. Why you all getting so quiet there? You all have to keep it going. You all can't be.
A DJ set the beat, A DJ set the rhythm.
100 episodes retired.
What? Who?
DJ set the rhythm, man.
Wait, hold on. I read the wrong one.
Yeah, I see that.
So for me personally, let me tell you all something. Like I said, from the 70s, I started vibing with reggae music. Came up to the States at the end of in 79, early 80s, went into the military where I was away from the culture, away from, like I said, with the exception of that one album, that Gregory Isaac album. So for many years, I was away from the music, away from the culture, while I was all over the States, all over the world, in the army, mixing, blending up with a whole different set of cultures, different set of people. And when I came back out the military, I was strictly on the reggae scene. That time rap music was making its entrance, well, really cementing itself. So there was a lot of hip hop and reggae music in my life at that particular time. So for a large portion of the time, I was away from Calypso, not even knowing what was happening within the industry. And when I stepped back on the scene in Calypso, that is when Marshall was at its heights. Not just Marshall, but the group, Ecstatic, was really jamming. And we had tunes, some like Big Truck, and them kind of tunes there for Marshall. And that's when I, get back on the scene, really back into the Calypso vibe and everything. So, we're halfway.
I have plenty of music, but I try to find a request on them. Well, I could give you.
Play whatever you have.
I could give you some like this here for right now.
If Jah is by my side, I won't hide.
You shooting somebody, Karin?
I won't hide. Bum, this is true now. Bum, this is true now. Bum, this is true. If Jah is standing by my side, then why should I be afraid of the weapons that crawling by? If Jah is standing by my side,
yes,
why should I be afraid?
I live this. I live this.
Less than falling by night. Your best you try to harm and I aiming to kill, but I love you still, cause you are here to make prophecy fulfilled. It's your will, no weapon that form against me. Desire shall not be, divine protection shall set my soul free. Talk to me, Jah is standing by my side. And why should I be afraid of a pestilence that falleth by night? If Jah is standing by my side, then why should I be afraid of a pestilence that falleth by night?
Hey!
Boy.
That's it.
So yeah, who was that? That was Tony Rebel. That was Tony Rebel.
Yeah, that was Tony Rebel. No.
But I was, as I was saying, I was trying to segue you into this in terms of the Calypso era and my absence. And like I said, when I came back on the scene, that is when Marshall was in full swing, cementing himself as the king. A title he could still way up to today where soca music is concerned. And let me tell you something. I have to get Marshall on Caribbean Chatt. I have to sit down and talk with a virgin there. I have to get him on Caribbean Chatt for an interview.
Of course.
Have to.
So I think this is what Karin was talking about here.
Which Karin is that now?
These are forever. Love and Liberty Mutual, customizing your car insurance so you only pay for what you need.
So
Introducing Gatorade.
yeah, I know. Sometimes we can't get away from these little commercial vibes. Yeah. You're tired, boy.
At all.
So
the hand could never get tired waving this flag here and saluting this flag here at all.
So here what I think that folks in Facebook will have to go to YouTube. I think Facebook kind of
you hit the switch.
Look like Facebook kind of shut off that side of things. So
you hit the switch. But anyway, we are at the top of the hour. We are at the top of the hour. We are at the top of the hour. So the family Lily thing was a nice thing. So let me ask Wally something here. If you had to make a tape, rewind.
Yeah, rewind.
Let me modernize that question. If you had to make a playlist, nobody is making tape no more. Nobody is making CD no more. If you had to make a playlist of your life, what would that look like? What would that look like? From back then to the middle stages to where you are now. What would your playlist look like?
It would be very eclectic. Very, very eclectic.
Tell me musically, what would that playlist look like for you?
Names of songs?
Yeah, what would your playlist look like? Just give me 3. Past, present, future. Past, 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 and present.
Pass.
Let's see. I know
I
one
know
song.
mine.
I'm trying to think of 2 that can even compete.
Just hit me with the early one. Hit me from the early.
I Did It My Way is probably my most favorite. Walk Easy, My Son. Trying to think of the third one, actually. I don't know which.
Present tense.
Present tense?
Yeah.
I'm not sure. I have to put some thought into that. Present tense.
Sam, what would your playlist look like?
Wow, it's definitely gonna have a lot of R&B, a lot of calypso, a lot of reggae, a lot of some country records.
Now pull the song. What would your list look like? Give me 3 songs. One would represent the early days, one would represent the middle years, and one would represent where you are now.
Okay, where am I now?
Right?
Where am I now? Well, I'm at where I'm doing a soul music vineyard right now. So that's my personal record. Shameless plug. But it will definitely have some Peter Tosh in there. It's definitely gonna have some Charlie's Roots in there. And it's going to have wow, this will be kind of tough, but it would be some R&B, a lot of R&B records, a lot of R&B. So I don't want to call one and then there's
just pull one. We take you back to the era. We need to get the essence of what was happening at that time for you.
Well, Jodeci was pretty big.
Okay, that take me back to the era. I understand.
Yeah. Come and talk to me. I really want to meet.
And the earlier years of your life. Tell me what would that?
Definitely Off the Wall from Michael Jackson. LTD that I played in the beginning.
Okay.
With Jeffrey Osborne and groups like that.
So we start from LTD through Jodeci and today,
people,
and today we're talking about Soul Music Vineyard, which is your contribution to the art form. A culmination of all that you've heard, all that you've learned, and all that you have experienced and written thus far is now expressed in Soul Music Vineyard.
Yes, most definitely.
Okay. What would that playlist for you look like, Judith?
When I was young, I would say My Way.
Really?
Yeah. I sang that a lot when I was a child. Yeah. And then I went into Wildflower by the Skylark. That's the name of the group. She's faced the hardest time you can imagine. And many times her eyes fall back to tears. That marked a lot of me from middle, I would say late teens until time. And now I would say without a doubt, as the song called In Christ Alone.
Okay, so we go back from the lovers' days. And now we up to where you are spiritually.
Still lovers, yeah.
Still spiritually. All right. For me personally, going back to the early days, I cannot help but reflect on Sparrow. And when I say Sparrow, I'm talking about old Sparrow, I'm talking about slack Sparrow, I'm talking about the double entendre tunes that we used to hear on the radio. And as a little child, you used to sit there trying to make sense out of some of these songs because they didn't really make sense to you. And your parents would be singing it, and then they would tell you not to sing it because of the hidden message in what it is the artist was really talking about. And those tunes, I now that I'm talking about it, I think that's some of the things that make me how I am to, kind of make the slackness.
Yeah.
Now that I'm looking back at it, because that's the early part. I remember Sparrow having a song, he say, "From since I small, I hear them say, With pussycat you mustn't play.
Oh, Lord.
Really, I don't believe all of that, but I am very superstitious about cat. A pussy could be just born. From the time I see him, I gone afraid, afraid, afraid pussy bite me. Now, Sparrow singing about a young little pussycat just born, and he say he's
A
scared of.
long time you slack.
But this is what I ain't slack. I'm telling you some of the songs that I heard in my early childhood. And he talk about he afraid pussy bite him. But as you grow on later in life, you say, is that what he was really talking about? Right? I hear tunes growing up as a little boy. I hear Gina and Dinah. Rosie, Clementina.
Yeah, man.
Corner posing. Bet your life is something they're selling. And if you catch them broken, you can get them all for nothing. What was the man singing about? Some prostitutes on the corner. If you catch them broken, which means times hard, you could get them all for 2 shillings and a smile.
Jesus.
That is the songs. These are the songs I heard in my early years. And I would sit there hearing these things on the radio and trying to decipher what is this man talking about.
I understand better now.
And my mother was singing and she was jamming. And when I started to sing, she said, no, you can't sing that. Those are the songs that if I had to write that playlist, those are the songs that shaped my early childhood. Sparrow. And in my middle years, that's what I say, that's where the reggae music took over. Bob Marley, Peter Tosh, Jimmy Cliff, J.C. Lodge and Prince Emmanuel, and then the DJs start coming out like Big Youth, Yellow Man coming into the 80s. And at this stage of my life, musically, like Karin said, that was a difficult one for her. I asked the question and I couldn't even understand why she couldn't answer it just now. But now I'm saying to myself, it's like, I cannot even answer that for myself as to where I am now musically. But music, as I stated in the beginning, has played a very important part in my life, and it still continues to up to this day. One song, one stanza, one melody of a particular song can put you through so much.
Yeah.
Mentally, through so much internally.
Yeah.
Just taking you back to a time in your life, sometimes things that you don't really want to remember. So this is why we need to create pleasant memories where music is concerned, so that in our twilight years, hopefully we live to enjoy those years when we sit there and the younger generation put on some music from our era, we could sit down there and say, yes. And you vibe and you get that pleasant feeling. The time when I used to vibe with Sam, when we used to listen to the gospel according to Sam, and when we listen to soul music vineyard, and when we hear ragamuffin, I remember my friend Judith. And just the name Carlene Davis, I could remember where I was at that particular time. Music, people, is the soundtrack to our lives.
Yeah.
And when I hear Taurus Riley, I could say, yes, man. Karin said, no, I don't think that I'm royal. I know that I am royal. Don't you hear? And when I hear certain music and I say 1979, I leave and come America, and Lucy trying to tell me 78, I guess she know more than me when I get on the plane. But I could remember 1979, International Year of the Child. Bill Trotman had a tune, Mommy, Mommy, I want to go back to school. All right, so you see what I'm saying? That was the last calypso, the last big calypso I hear before I leave home, 79. So music, people, a very important part of our life, of our livelihood. I'm going to try to do it. Play the music, the soundtrack of your life for your children to hear so that they could understand your experiences. Sam, just jam with some music, jam the vibes, jam the vibes, jam the vibes, do your mix, and let me just vibe to some music before we get out of here. I have nothing else to say. I don't talk. Mr. DJ, take over, run the show.
Walking up a storm, whining in a circle. Watch how she perform. She's so cool when she whine and freeze. People stop and staring. Got man on their knees and bawling. Oh, girl, the way you roll it up and go tap tap tap, making me go crazy. Oh, just standing here and watching you whine like that. You're making it so hard for me. Girl, bend over, drop to the ground. Me love how you do your thing. Girl, you amazing, and you don't stay proper. Girl, bend over, wine to the ground. Me love how you do your thing. Girl, you amazing.
Follow them in.
You know Chili's like to them. You play social. You start up on philosophy. You know you can move up, yeah. If you continue on that you regret. Take a bet. Got a lot of fun, but we getting fed up. Woman said to me, you got to mix it up, cause all is jam non-stop. Jam your song to me. Yeah, no scare anyone. Put on my body. You see it much so. Feed it up on me. Leave me on people. When me the money all night. When me feel right. When the tongue on fire. When the coming on take people fire all day. Then we break away. When it's time for fun. Honey.
All another one.
Oh God. Me fretting up on the ear of Maxine. I'm saying, me frowning up on the ear is weary. Whoa. Every day, I'm crazy, but I just don't have it. All we want is the music all night long. The very new, they can stop, cause I just don't have it. Run the gun, straight to town, don't stop this jam. Put me up with the music, put me up, cause you know I'm addicted. Living out it. That means nobody compare. Only knows just a trumpet. Oh gosh, oh gosh, oh gosh, oh gosh.
100 episodes.
Feeling right, rock me steady all night. If we mind, feeling right, rock me steady all night.
Woo! This is for the girls and who could roll it. What the girls who could roll it? Y'all can roll it?
What me? Roll it down, roll it down, roll. Control it down, roll it down, roll. Roll it down, roll it down, roll. Control it down, roll it down. When them fly up in your face, gal, make them know them place. Number one in the race, gal. Could never replace. Independent and you're strong, gal. And you said the best. Fit and healthy living long, gal. Free yourself, gal. You got class and you got pride. Come together, cause we stronger, unified. Roll it down, roll it down, roll. Control it down, roll it down, roll. Roll it down, roll it down, roll.
You know this one? It's the Lord Nelson, brethren.
What's Sam? Gone.
Yeah, this is mash up the place. Hey, it's about that time.
Darling, I feel the disco. Jump in the wheels and let's go. Let's go and do all them things we see on TV. I get the feel of the synthesizer really. Come let me join the people and rock with body. So we could get the feeling to get the sound vibrating you and how the music making you
You know, it's gonna be real funny, right? Is that in a couple of days in the YouTube recording of the episode, you'll see all these songs line up. All these songs will be lined up in the notes. So I'm looking at the time here, and Norman, who's Norman? I know. 100 saying Norman, I know.
That's Merchant. That's Merchant. Norman is that you.
Oh, okay.
We have people on top, Natty asking for Shabba Ranks and Girl Flex by Cobra.
Okay. Well, I could probably find.
Just find it. Just jam we home.
Jam we home.
Jam we home. Don't tell me you could find it. Find it and run the track.
I say we calling it a program. Yeah,
but just jam we home. That's what I said.
All right. Hold on. Let me see if we can find that song here. So.
Crying morning, just can't wait till morning.
Waiting too long. Finally, you come along. Baby,
I ain't heard this in a while.
Explain yourself, baby girl. Lead out.
Like what? Ticking on the wall, 7 days so we can need your body next to mine. Can't eat no sleep. All too soon, what do you so neat? Spread your feet.
Lord, you me tell it, girl flex. Time to have sex. Like time you have the road boy, you have straight good flex. Time to have sex. Look how long you have the road boy, you sweet another way. Out of patience, love it chicken, that will be sufficient. I rather wait till I can't wait no more. X amount of loving had for me, Alice. Just to hear she knock on the door. Only to touch and me no one no girl flex. Time to have sex. Look how long you have the road boy, you sweet girl flex. Time to have sex. Look how long you have the road wire. Before she reach, I could smell her perfume. I could not wait to get her in the room before she reach. I could smell her perfume. I could not wait to get her in. Feel like a surgeon. Prepare the surgery, but I would be little girl and charge me for perjury. Action with the injection, work it, girl according to plan, girl flex. Time to have sex, look how long you have the road wire, sweat girl flex. Time to have sex, look how long you have the road wire, know me ready. Can't tickle up me fancy. Skin to skin, perform the surgery, no be ready. Ain't no wasting no time. Reach your climax, girl, anytime, no be ready. Receive what me have a gift for. Good loving every day that you live. Ready? Girl, let's go for it. I got the girl from start to finish, girl, flex. Time to have sex. Look how long you have the road wire, sweet girl, flex. Time to have sex. Look how long she have the road wire. Make me life. She not go late again. When she remember what we are when made me life. She'll be always early for me to perform a longer surgery.
So, I see them lying their words. Standing at the gate. But yeah, I want my own and I sing. Here we sing them. Love. Murderer. Don't this murderer. Kill I today, you cannot kill I tomorrow. Murder. Decide to say hello. How does it feel to take the life of another? Murderer. Throw them on your shoulder. Kill me today, you cannot kill I tomorrow. Murder. You inside to say hello. How does it feel to take a life? You can hide from man, but not you can't touch. Oh no, you're the bread that's surrounding the wine of violence. And know yourself to be conquered by the serpent. Why you disobey the first commandment? Walk through the valley, I fear no pestilence. That is my weakness. And if to my eyes are coming, they could have never escaped this your judgment.
All right, people. So, but I like my shade.
What's going on, man?
Congratulations.
Cheers.
Yeah, time to sign off. Now we're gonna go to the after party. So those who are tuning in, thanks for tuning in. Thanks for celebrating 100 episodes with us. And in July we'll be celebrating our second anniversary. Right? Our first anniversary? Yeah, that's right. Our first anniversary. It feels like 2 years, right? It's 2 years? It's 1 year. 2? Well, okay, well, let's get all the max together and tell me next week what we're doing.
There are 52 weeks in a year.
One person say 2, one person say 1. I don't know.
There are 52 weeks in a year, and we are on our 100th episode.
Yeah. All right. Dr. Judith, you good?
I am still alert. I haven't nodded off yet. So I'm doing good. I'm batting 100. It has been a profound joy being a part of this group. I have to say that.
No one is prepared to do a little toast? Nothing?
Say who? Toast? All right.
You telling me Judith, you would say,
oh dear Lord, I don't want to see those things. Oh dear.
Listen to me. Listen to what I said.
Read these lips.
Jesus,
It dials and it can answer. That's it.
But
that's why they're
you have
so
one,
confused.
Hold on. But do you have one of these phones, Judith?
Listen to me. Listen to me carefully. Read the lips. I have a phone. Listen to me. Listen to me. I have a phone that costs $200 or something. I didn't buy it. Listen to me. Listen to me. I didn't buy it. I have a millennial son. He insists. I tell him, let me tell you something. Do not play with me. I need a phone that rings. That's what I said to him. He went and he said, Mom,
where you get this rebellious woman from?
He got a phone for $600 or something. That is madness. That is what he needs. That's what he doesn't need it in this society. He doesn't need it. He wants it. Bold.
How are you going to say you don't need that?
Hello, people. How much for a phone today?
Curtis. That's not like one of our
Look
skits.
at Anthony Brown just said, that's like saying, why do you need an electric lamp? You should still be using a candle.
That's the reason why we're so broke. I don't have no cable in my house. You know what I have? I have an antenna in my house. And I get the basic channels. I'm not giving nobody no $500 a month for cable. We have adapted ways that are destroying our community.
I have your Christmas gift for you right here. No, because we don't need electric. Let me say
I never said that. I never said that. I am telling you.
Why do we need an iron? Why do we need an iron? We have a cordless one right here. Look, I can send this one to you. This is cordless.
You can talk any foolishness
right here. You don't need electricity.
Listen to me.
You want me to send this for you?
We have.
You want me to send this for you?
I see them down here. You can. I can.
No, you need a coal pot with some coals or a fireside outside. Let me see you have taken.
What's the term? What's the term now? You have taken it to the point of foolishness. Listen to me. A child does not need. Listen, if they need the same level of technology that you got, send them out to work then. You're crazy.
I bring them here. I want to send them
Listen to me, Star. Listen to me, Star. At 15 and a half, I started working. Let me tell you something. Lack of responsibility is destroying our world. No accountability. Now, I want it now, and I want the expensive one. I had a phone before. I bought it. Cash, $69. Drop it entirely. I drop it in the toilet. So my son said, I'm going to buy you another phone. I said, okay, but don't bother buying it expensive. Listen, I don't mind that it takes pictures. I don't have a problem with that.
Why are you playing
this?
How
I am built. If I never take a picture, I'd be all right. I just saw
when you don't have it, you don't know what it is you're missing. If you're still living back in '92 with a Nokia.
Curtis, when I had cable for years here in Georgia, 2014, I went into a foreclosure. Let me tell you something about life. Let me tell you about my life. A lot of things went out the window, and I've not brought them back in. Because the reality is, I have more in savings. I have more. Listen to my man. I just started an investment program there. They don't need it. They need sense. They need wisdom. They need how to save the money. Listen to me, Curtis Henry. Listen to me. Because I'm disciplined. That we treat these children. They must be held accountable. They must be. Listen. My
Karin can't take anymore.
Hi, I'm Dr. Judith Barnes. I'm an author, a playwright, poet. I'm also a broadcaster by training, and I recently found out about 2 years ago that I can paint paintings, which means I paint sceneries, I paint landscape, I paint animals. I have just discovered, and so that I can do this. And so along with all the other gifts and talents that I've been blessed with, I have paintings, and they are on view and for sale on Etsy and also on Facebook. And if you desire to order any painting or order one of my books, because I'm also an author, please give me a call at 470-564-8267. That's Dr. Judith, and the number again, whether you want to just talk to me or order one of my paintings or one of my books, please feel free to call 470-564-8267. Thank you.
Hello there and welcome. My name is Curtis Henry. Over the past few weeks, as we were putting the final pieces together to get the show on the road, some people ask, why do you need to showcase Caribbean people? Why Caribbean Chat? And I say, why not? Because we as Caribbean people have worked too hard, come too far, and suffered too long for us to continue taking a backseat. It's time for us to rise up, speak out, and show the world the value and the richness of our culture. So I'm providing a platform to showcase the history and culture of Caribbean people in entertainment, the arts, politics, sports, and economics. We will explore the many profound contributions they have made to society. So we invite you to stay with us as we launch what is to become one of the greatest voices of Caribbean people, for Caribbean people, by Caribbean people. On this platform, Caribbean people of excellence get to tell their story. Our aim is to ensure that your contributions are acknowledged and celebrated. Welcome to Caribbean Chat. So make sure you like us on Facebook, follow us on Instagram, and be sure to hit that subscribe button on YouTube. We are Caribbean Chat.